Hi, everybody. I'm Tina.
And I'm Priscilla.
And we are
the Sensei Sisters.
We are, what?
There's a glare on me. Look,
you're just an angel. It's a halo. We are talking today about the importance of asking good questions. John Maxwell always said, good leaders ask great questions, or great leaders ask good questions. No, good leaders ask great questions. And it is so important to ask questions when you need to. And this is one of those times for us. Our mom is in the hospital going through some stuff, medication issues and all. And so we have been asking lots of questions, and we encourage you to do that. Be an advocate for yourself, especially related to your health, but always ask questions when you're involved in a conversation that involves something important. And sometimes we know you can't always think of the questions to ask right then and there. So what do you do when that happens, Priscilla?
Well, as I was telling Tina, when we were discussing this, I was saying that we always, if we go for a doctor's appointment or whatever, the doctor will say, do you have any questions for me? And I'm just like, and it's not that I haven't heard what has been said. It's just like, I need time to process it. And I've never gotten to the point where I can process it in that time when it's happening. So, so what you need to do is say to the doctor or the manager, say to whoever you are working with that has who you might have questions for. Say to them, can I get back to you if I have questions? How can I reach you? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you? Preferred method of communication, that kind of thing. Another thing is, if you find that you're one of these people who you think of things you want to ask someone, like a doctor or whoever, when you are not with them, and you know you might forget it, or you think you're going to remember and then you don't, and then later you go, oh, I forgot. If you're one of those folks, which is also me
too.
The one thing that I've heard of people doing is having a little notebook or a notepad and writing those things down, and always take that with you. If you're like me and you'll write a whole grocery list on a piece of paper and leave it at home and then have to call somebody, but if nobody's going to be at home, then you're in trouble. Then use this, because there's a thing, I don't know what the other brands of phones have, but I know on the iPhone there's a app called Notes, and I use it a ton. I write everything down. And there's also reminders that you can set a little notification to remind you of something. So if you have like one question you want to ask somebody and you know when you're going to be with them, you could set a reminder, ask so-and-so about whatever, and what time, have it set to go off while you're going to be in that meeting with them or at that appointment or whatever. And having it right there on your phone. Most of us do not leave our home without this, at least not intentionally.
I was getting ready to pick up my phone, but we're using it to record.
Here's mine. Pink.
I text myself. I actually have a text to myself, and you can actually, some people don't know you can do that, but you can actually text yourself.
I Facebook message myself.
That's a good idea too. I do that occasionally.
I didn't know I could text myself.
Yeah, you can text yourself. You could just select yourself from you of course you have to have a contact for yourself in your contact list. But I text myself all the time. And so if I get home and I think to myself, what was it that I wanted to tell AJ? If I know that I texted myself, I just go back to that text. Even if I don't know, sometimes I'll say, I wonder if I texted that to myself. And then I'll go back to that text and I'll look. I do it all the time. Like if I have an idea for a speech that I want to write, I'll text myself my speech ideas. So sometimes, and I'll put speech idea, and so then when I'm searching for speech ideas, because I text myself a bajillion things, right? I'll search in my text for speech ideas, and all my texts that have speech ideas will come up, and I can select the one I want. So it's really kind of cool. I like being able to text myself.
Isn't that clever?
I like talking to intelligent people, so texting myself is really a good thing. I respond to myself as well.
Talk to yourself. I talk to myself.
Our dad used to say, I would say, Dad, you're talking to yourself. And he'd say, or Mom actually said that. She would say, I like talking to intelligent people. And my dad would say, as long as you don't answer yourself, that's okay. And I said, no, it's okay to answer yourself. Just don't say who said that. That was a big joke in our family. You can talk to yourself, you can answer yourself, but just don't say who said that. So I text myself all the time. It's a great way to remind when on the way to the averages, because